The Elder Scrolls Graymoor, the latest of the DLCs from ZeniMax that brings us straight back to
Hey, you're finally awake.
Skyrim. Yep, they've become even more self-aware and released Skyrim again. Before we do get started, be sure to like the video, comment any feedback, and to check out my YouTube page and hit subscribe with the bell on for more future content like this. Also, be sure to follow my Twitch page where I livestream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 AM UTC. Okay, let's do this. The story revolves around you, the player, facing him or herself in the middle of a grand scheme put together by a brand new spanking powerful vampire lord. No, not you. This one. Now, quick pause, because after the opening cutscene I was thrown so far out of the loop I got altitude sickness from crash diving my Mitsubishi A6M0 into the skip tutorial button, because I had done a tutorial beforehand on a previous character 2 years ago. So because of this, I was thrown into the new area with no idea what part my character was playing in the main quest or what my goal was. So because of this, I do recommend you do the tutorial, as if you don't, you'll be just as clueless as me. So this is how I was introduced to the story as a new player. It was a cutscene into a quest marker to go to a sea, 10 minutes away, not having a single clue what purpose my character is serving in the story yet. And midway on the way to the location, I stumbled upon a side quest that takes me to the other side of the map, diverting me away from the main content.
Yeah, there's no introduction or anything. It's actually kind of bizarre. Go to Solitude first, right? Because I'm gonna explore down these parts to get to like whatever.
To which I ignored because I wanted to get into the main story so I could have a better sense of what was happening. Boom. You get there. You enter Solitude, it's beautiful. Nostalgia scripts you. Skyrim's been re-released for the 20th time. You hear Rogva's execution echo through your mind as you remember what a soldier he was, for allowing Ulfric to escape after he just hit the dab on the High King. If, like me, you're filled with joy even though you're clueless to the story, other than the vampires go burr. Boom. You've done the cutscene, you've got to Solitude, but, like me, I didn't see the cutscene, so I don't know what's going on in the story right now, but you find Lyra, or Lyris, I can't remember what her name is, hoping that she can tell me what's going on. But you soon come to realise that she is the most boring character you've ever interacted with. The only thing interesting about her is her monotone voice mixed in with a completely unlikable character other than the general message of, women are big strong, we empower feminism, yes, I will crush your head between my thighs.
Damn Svargrim and his distrust of Yoren. How many more of his people have to die before he accepts the truth and lets us help him? Forget that for now. Tell me about the assassin. Did anyone get a good look at the murderer?
Kill me.
Why she was chosen to lead this story, I don't know. I guess it's because she's a Nord, but any of the other 5 companions would have been so much better, but they had to choose her. That makes me sound like an incel, doesn't it? Shh. But back to the point. To me, at this point in the actual story, is if Lyris is in a spotlight, I instantly turned off. However, there were other characters in the main quest line. Just let me try and pronounce this one. Fenorion?
Welcome to the middle of nowhere, my friend. You must be freezing. Warm yourself by the fire, and tell me how your audience with the High King went.
His voice acting's so much better. Like, why give us Lyra Titanborn, dude?
A bold move, even for them. Old Njolen and I have been comparing notes, and we've made some progress studying the Harrowstorm ritual. What happened to your large friend with the
He
axe?
brings a nice shade of good character development alongside really good voice acting that I really enjoyed, compared to Lyra's I am no daim big woman. And while on the topic of voice acting, please for the love of God, deprive Nords of oxygen, because they all sound like they want to commit seppuku.
Tell me what you discovered at the Mortal Barrow. A Harrowstorm. Like the thing the princess was telling me about? The thing that destroyed Kilcreath? Gods! A pox. Disappointing, but not unexpected.
There are a lot better examples, but I didn't want to look through 8 hours of footage from my stream. But it's almost every Nord, so just please give them more life, they're so boring. Back to the story. After you find Lyris, you get sent on a journey to discover mysterious happenings around Western Skyrim, quickly to find out that a cult is formed to turn the inhabitants into fiends and they are shipping fetishes. Yep, they call the relics that turn people into ghouls and vampires fetishes. And using these fetishes, they revive a race of werewolves and vampires that are very similar to vampire lords in Skyrim. And to create horror storms that to my knowledge are just ritual sites where there are witches trying to revive various creatures such as these vampire lords. These horror storms look absolutely fantastic, and they're a fresh take on Dolmen's, adding even more world group PvE content to the game, which they are accessible at even the earliest character levels. I'll talk more about these in the gameplay changes section of the video, but they are really cool. And then we find ourselves in Blackreach. Yeah, the Skyrim dungeon which made me want to slam my head on a wall every playthrough due to how tedious it was. But it's absolutely massive, and took even me by surprise at how full the world building in the area is. And it provides side content alongside the area as well.
Holy
What? That is huge. Oh my god.
I would love some raspberry. Look at this. This is massive.
This is where the vampire's main operation lies, and upon progressing more through the story, you get taken on a wild adventure comparable in quality to a lot of Bethesda DLC that they release in Skyrim and Oblivion. It was at this point I had a good enough grasp on the story to gather enough content to put an educated view on the DLC. And my overall first impressions, as long as you press the tutorial button to get started, you'll find that the story itself, when not alongside Lyra's Titan Boar, is a very enjoyable addition to the ESO story, providing hours of gameplay that is very in-depth and well written. I had only just gotten to the 4th chapter of the DLC after hitting the 8-hour mark, and in total there's 7 chapters, not including the prologue and tutorial. So it's a lot of content. And then we have gameplay changes. To me, most MMOs, I don't care for the story anyway. I'm here for what's changed, the content and the grind. What we're getting in this DLC is the new questline that we've talked about, a new skill tree in the form of antiquities, harrow storms, a furry overhaul, a vampire overhaul, new overworld sets, Skyrim, more Skyrim, you Todd, and a new area, or areas to quest in, with tons of world building on top, which in an Elder Scrolls game you can't ever have too much world building. Now let's talk about these in a bit more depth. Harrow Storms. This has to be my favourite addition to the game. Much like Dolmen's, they are areas that litter across Western Skyrim as well as Blackreach, which provides more group PvE as well as new item drops at the end of it. There are, to my knowledge, 10 of these areas to go to, and they look absolutely beautiful. The overall aesthetic of these areas, in my opinion, are absolutely fantastic, providing a great sense of immersion while battling the forces of undead. Now in terms of additions, Harrow Storms really tickled my fancy. But when it comes to changes, the vampire skill tree got a rework, and it's really had a lot of thought put into it, to the point you can actually use it as a proper skill tree, instead of just putting all your skill points into the passives due to the old skills not really doing much compared to the other useful utilities you could have put them into. I will go in depth into these skills in another video that I have planned, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. And then you have the antiquity system. The antiquity system added by the Graymoor DLC is actually a free piece of content added by ZeniMax, which is a new skill line that you'll be using alongside never-ending side quests that take you to treasure buried all across Tamriel, not just Skyrim, so that's the entire world map. You'll be using a new item called the Antiquator's Eye to find out the general location of a burial site by basically playing Candy Crush on your new tablet. By playing a minigame on this new tablet, you'll find the location on your map of where this treasure is. You'll travel there, you'll use the eye to track down the location, and then you'll play another, kind of like another mobile minigame to dig the treasure up, which you can sell for a pretty penny sometimes. Now if I had to rate this DLC, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. The world building is fantastic, it's very presentable as I'm sure you've seen from the background footage, and it provides hours upon hours of gameplay that I'm currently enjoying live on Twitch. And the only gripe I have with the DLC overall is that sometimes the voice acting is a bit shoddy. It's mainly people who played the Nords, but every now and then it can dip in quality. But like I said, there is some voice actors that are absolutely fantastic in the game. And that's all I have time for. Now I'm going to be a normie YouTuber now and say the usual, so don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed. I really did spend a long time making this video, so I hope you did. It's my first video like this, so if there's any feedback you can add in the comments section, that would be appreciated as well. And don't forget you can catch me live on twitch.tv. The link is down below at 12 AM UTC, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So have a good one. I'm going to leave the outro to my boy Random Street NPC who plays bangers.
Oh, my sweet love, she waits for me through storm and shine, cross land or sea. I run to her and together we sway as we kiss, sway as we kiss. Her graceful shape I heave up high, and in one hand I hold her nigh. Her waiting lips are never dry, sway as we kiss, sway as we kiss. Come the morn she goes, the taste of her remains, and in my mind I see us sway, sway as we kiss, sway as we kiss.